Hello, and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa.
Trish, did you know that one of the first known bicycles was nicknamed the Dandy Horse?
Yes, I did. And the German inventor took his first reported ride on June 12, 1817, covering 8 miles in less than an hour.
Man, I bet that was lightning fast for 1817. Everybody was probably saying, look at there goes Baron von Drace.
Well, today bikes are much faster and easier to ride, and you'll find many of those at Tom's Bicycles.
My first job was in a bicycle shop back in 1973, and I worked off and on in different bike shops around town, Venables Bicycles. I worked at Lee's for a little while, just coming in and repairing things. I was a pretty good mechanic, and then I got this job working in this place in the late 80s. And then I ended up buying the place in 1994.
I started working here in 1988. I was a kid. I got started just renting bikes and doing the basic stuff, cleaning up around the shop, and I've been working here on and off ever since '88. I love bikes. I was racing at the time. I have recently started doing that again a little bit, and I just, I like the bike shop.
Cyclists of the community are really good people. They're a lot of fun. Most of the people that come in here are looking for to make their lives better, to get in shape, lose weight, help with their diabetes, all kinds of things. Ex-runners, a lot of them are super athletic, and a lot of them are just normal people that walked in the door. But they're all really upbeat, positive, great people. And so mainly I like working with the people. I like seeing people on their bicycles getting that sense of freedom that they got when they were a kid.
Generally the person that's just getting into it is going to want something that is, well, first of all, not crazy expensive, relatively basic, to make sure you're going to like it. But you want to get a good quality bike. Don't go buy a cheap bike, because if you buy a cheap bike, you're never going to want to ride it. If you really want to get into it, get something that's decent, spend $400 or $500, and just get a good quality bike that you can take up and down the river parks. You can go ride with the kids, with the wife, that kind of stuff.
When I first got in it back in the 70s, touring was really popular, going from point A to point B on their bicycles, and it still is. A lot of people go cross-country tours. A lot of retired people are out riding their bikes every day, long distances, flying all over the world to ride their bikes. And I think that in the future, I'm hoping that bicycles are used more for transportation in the future than they are now in the United States. The rest of the world, they're used quite a bit just for going to work and going to school and going to the grocery store, and people around here are starting to use their bikes for that a little bit. I really like it.
Cycling does go in waves a little bit, so sometimes they're a lot better than others. For a while we might be selling tons of mountain bikes, and everybody's mountain biking, everybody's going up to Turkey Mountain, and then for a while we're selling tons of road bikes, everybody's starting to race and that kind of stuff. There are constantly more and more people riding bikes, and I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that people are getting fit in general. You also see a lot more runners out on the river parks these days than you used to. And in Tulsa, that is a great benefit. We have river parks, which is, it's an incredible place to go ride. I think there are, 50 miles of trails from one end to the other. So you can go out for way more than any of us need to be riding, go from end to end and never see the same thing. We've got a pretty good sized racing team right now. I think there are about, 50 people on our team, and so they're everywhere. Those guys ride all the time, a lot more than I get a chance to.
Kevin McFarland, who is still a team member, came to me a few years ago and said, let's start a team, and we talked it over and came up with the idea, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I like it. I hope they're behaving themselves when they're out there.